probably haven't seen one of these since about the first grade. And if you can't see what it is, it's a color wheel. I will put it up on the screen because I know you can't really see it in this awful light on a cell phone. But the reason that I'm interested in a color wheel probably around 15 years later than when I should have learned my colors isn't because I struggled to learn my colors, although I do struggle to learn where they are on the color wheel. It's because of photography. If you have a look at a color wheel, you can see what contrasting colors are. For example, I used to love taking photos of my white and red R6 with sort of green tones in it. Whether it's a green tree or bush or just a fence painted green, it always used to come out looking good. So if you have a look at the color wheel, you'll notice that red is directly opposite green, meaning they are contrasting colors and will generally look pretty good together. So the same can be said for a blue R1. If you look at the color wheel, the exact opposite color is sort of an orangey yellow, depending on the shade of blue. It's exactly like my logo that is blue and orange. It wasn't accidental. So with a red R6, it was always pretty easy to take photos of because greens can be found pretty much anywhere. It's a very natural color, so it's easy to find. But the same cannot be said with an orange or a yellow to contrast a blue R1. So we're gonna go in search of that today. And the funny thing is that it seems to be mostly related to hazardous items. I'll show you what I mean. See, electricity warning label, beautiful yellow. Although it isn't exactly pretty enough to come and take photos with, or easy enough to get to with an R1. Yellow warning chevrons, there's plenty of them, but they're not that pretty. Yellow painted islands that you're not supposed to ride on. Now these would be cool to take photos with, but this one's already been bleached by the sun. These awesome end of the road yellow and black barriers. Although I've done this one a few too many times, but not with the R1. But we're still gonna keep looking. Because the one thing that always comes to mind when I think about yellow are these yellow water barriers. We have about 1 million of these things just strewn across the country because we have so many things that break that we need to block off. So we have tons of these, except we need one with a hole in, because that is the idea I have. Luckily, I know exactly where to find 3. And here they are. I was here the other day messing around with the MT-09, but for some reason I didn't even think of this. This is basically a beautifully designed road that didn't end up going anywhere. So we're gonna park here and try and get some photos through the hole of these water barriers. So let's see, where should we put the R1? Round about here? I think that should work. You never know until you're on the other side of the camera. You have the best eyes. So I was here the other day just screwing around with the MT-09, and these things didn't even get my attention because I literally see them every 5 seconds because we have so many of them. But then I was thinking of what I could take pictures with the R1 that would be yellow, and these are the first things you think about. So over here we've even got 3 options. We've got the plain and simple, the really boring, that has been in an accident, no hole version. My personal favorite, the 3-hole extravaganza. And the somewhat over the top 4-hole. That's if I counted correctly. Yeah, 4-hole. And apparently if you want one, you can rent one too. Just call King's Hire on 0861 040404. But my plan is to shoot through one of these holes so you can see the R1. Something like this. Obviously it will be exposed better. The bike will actually be in focus, but you can see the R1 nicely, probably better than that with a better lens. And the rest of the frame will be filled with the water barrier thing. So that way you get a bit of yellow and a bit of blue, and I think it should look really nice. So I'm aware that I'm making it sound like the only way to get a good photo of a bike is to take photos with contrasting colors, and obviously that is not true at all. You can get beautiful photos no matter where you are. This is just one of the things that I like to try and do, especially when you get a new colored motorbike. Okay, so we're gonna try to switch to the GoPro head cam. I've never really used this before. It does look ridiculous, but if it works, I'm willing to live with it. So try not to mock me too much. So first of all, we don't need a microphone to take photos, but we do need a much nicer lens. This is wide. Then this is a good photo because we still have these awful stock exhausts on the bike with their missing much prettier pieces. But shooting through the hole, it shouldn't even matter. We should only be able to see this portion of the bike. Well, at least that's the plan. So while we have stock exhausts, we're gonna have to get very creative to not get the tail in the shot. Okay, we've tried 2 holes. So far, they look pretty good. So I think we actually accidentally got the R1 in a pretty good place because I'm liking these. So I just came over here now to see if I could see the R1 through these holes, and I couldn't. So I was like, there's no way in hell I'll be able to move a water barrier, and it's just either I got a lot stronger or it's really that simple. So luckily they don't put water in them, and it seems like from here you can actually get a pretty good shot as well because you get more of the hole in. So more 3D in my opinion. So this is one of those photo shoots where just about every photo and every angle looks pretty good on the back of the camera. So it makes you want to just take a million photos, but I'm going to try to stop here because I don't need a million of the exact same photo. One photo that looks good should do it for me. And we are back to the real camera. Let me know how the head cam worked. I really hope it was half decent because I absolutely love that new GoPro. I don't know if I've mentioned that before or not. But I could basically redecorate this whole place for them because actually this guardrail came out quite nicely in the photos. It didn't bug me too much. Besides the motorbike, obviously, the trees seem to be the predominant color and feature, which worked nicely. But this pipe is pretty annoying, and we've got another pretty annoying pipe over here. But to be honest, I don't think it's that noticeable, so I'm just gonna leave it in the shot. I don't know where I'd put a 10-meter pipe anyway while I was trying to take photos. But anyway, let me know if you think of any other nice yellow things we could go and take pictures with the R1. And please follow the R1 on Instagram. It's not really my account, it's actually the R1's account.